Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I have known for quite some time, even before Trump's presidency, Trump don't have any money. And, it makes me laugh when I think back during 2016, how his supporters were all talking about, oh, we need a good businessman, for president. He's not a good businessman. He's not a smart businessman. He's not good with money. He's not good with really anything. He's failed at virtually every single business that he had. It is almost like everything this man touches turns to mud. Okay? He don't have the Midas touch at all. He has the total opposite of what the Midas touch is, whatever that is. So here is a CNN report that came out May 8th, 2019. The Trump revelation we've been waiting for. The emperor had no dough. So Trump is indeed the first con artist and first broke president of the United States. All of the presidents before Trump did not come into office broke, but Trump did. He came in broke. Broke. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and listen to this video.
While President Trump and his Treasury Secretary refused to hand over the president's tax records to House Democrats, the New York Times has obtained a decade's worth of his tax information, and their findings are eye-popping, stunning. There's a lot of different adjectives you could use. Joining me is Suzanne Craig of the New York Times. She shares the byline of this breaking story. Decade in the red, Trump tax figures show over $1 billion in business losses. This is incredible in its scope and detail. Can you just lay out in your reporting, and again, it's on the New York Times, so people should go and read the full thing, but we're talking over $1 billion over a decade.
That's just for his core businesses. Every year that we looked at, he lost money, and the losses grew as he went further into the casinos and the losses that happened there. But it's unbelievable. We would have thought, at least in one of the years that we saw, maybe the year he wrote Art of the Deal, he would have made money. He didn't. He was just bleeding money every year that we looked at on his businesses.
In certain years, Donald Trump, according to your reporting, lost more than nearly any other individual taxpayer in the United States. Is that right?
Yeah, it's incredible because we had both his tax information, and then we were able to compare it to a database of people who make a fair bit of money. And that was a 1/3 sampling. But even within that, he was often years was the largest number for losses in America. He lost.
So, I mean, the irony is
stunning.
He was actually the biggest loser, to use a term he would use if he was labeling somebody else.
If he was writing the headline at the New York Times, that would be it. It all kind of came to a head in 1990 when his casinos started to go bankrupt. But for years, we have thought that was sort of where it started, but now we know he just never made money in those years. And it was just it was shocking for us to see, and we led with it, that the year he wrote Art of the Deal, this Master of the Universe,
which, by the way,
memoir by somebody else, but that year he lost tens of millions of dollars.
It's incredible. Is there any response from the president on this reporting?
They have. The information that we have is from an IRS transcript, and they're simply saying that the numbers in it, they're saying that they're wrong, but they have not provided us with any information about what is wrong. They've just said that the transcript is questionable.
Well, he's still bleeding money, y'all, because remember, they said Trump has spent more money in Secret Service protection than any other president. So he is still bleeding money all over the place. Am I surprised? No. Like I said, I heard back in the day, Trump was a terrible businessman and was losing money all over the place, but see, he's the type of person that will come out and argue you down that he's this great person, a billionaire, and he's got so much money and so many businesses, and this man is horrible at business. You put in the president, the seat of the presidency in America, a business failure and a person that's bad at maintaining money. That's what you did. You put you put a man that just knows how to talk a good game, but when it comes down to business, he's horrible at business. And you heard them. So between 1985 and 1994, according to the tax transcripts that they got from the Internal Revenue, Trump literally made no money. And you know why he's hiding his recent 10 years of tax returns? Because Trump did not make any money in the last 10 years recently either. He doesn't know how to make money. I think it's very obvious by now. Anybody that think Trump is some businessman, you need your head examined. Maybe you think that because you're lousy with money too, you know? But it is very clear that, just looking at everything that I had said in my previous video and listening to this now, Trump is not at all a businessman. He has failed at literally every single thing he's touched. And it's not just him, y'all. If you remember, he had a sister that was a judge. Same situation. She threw so much money away and screwed up so badly with her money. When she was about to be investigated, she all of a sudden got up and retired from being a judge. So that automatically stopped the investigation. They said his sister was lousy with money too. See, Trump had it good when his father was living. His father was able to get him out of everything he screwed up. And he was screwing up businesses, by the way, when his father was still living. His father had successful businesses, but every business Trump threw up, it ended up flopping. And his father had to pour millions into bailing him out of all his failed businesses. So obviously, this is very clear that Trump's father never taught them how to manage their money. He was good at managing money, but his offspring, unfortunately, are not. I think Trump won't he won't show his taxes, y'all, because Trump knows there's a lot of illegal things in those taxes. Now, some of you, I did say this during the hangout. Trump, at his New Jersey golf course, has 5 goats. 5 goats. And these goats, they never leave the pen. You know why he got those 5 goats there? He got those 5 goats at this golf course so that he can claim farmers' benefits on his tax returns. They're not there for any other reason. Okay, so like I said, we cheat sometimes, but y'all cheat at magnitudes that we don't even go nowhere near. Okay, we don't get 5 goats and put them in our backyard just to say, hey, we're farmers, but this man would, you know, he's a tax cheat. The things that Trump has done would have landed most people in jail because of who he is. He tricked everybody into believing the Trump name had value. That's what he did. He conned everybody into believing that the Trump name had value. And as you can see, the Trump name is not worth a pile of sand. It really isn't. But that's what he has been able to sell himself as. He's a con artist. I mean, would you have elected a man to be your president with all these failed businesses and tons of lost money? But now you expect the same person that is a complete loser in every kind of way now to keep your country running? No wonder why America is ran so poorly. Now we see why. Okay, since Trump has been in office, it has been, disastrous. With the shutdown, he has literally turned off all of the world leaders. The ones that used to deal with America all the time don't even want to deal with Trump. But this man will stand. He stood in front of us and said his IQ was high. We know that's why we call it the lie IQ, because we know that crap ain't true, and they know it's not true either. He said during the campaign, and I remember watching it. I watched him when he was campaigning. He stood in front of crowds saying, "I have billions of dollars," talking about how great he was, how great he was at business. I remember one time they asked Trump what kind of student he was in school. He said he was an outstanding student, but we have yet to see those transcripts. But isn't it ironic? He demanded to see Obama's grades and his birth certificate, but when it comes down to Trump, Trump will show you nothing. Lousy at everything, including school. Remember, he had a professor that came out that said Trump was the worst student he ever had. And not to mention, it's been years, probably decades of people hearing about Trump not being able to read. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just more evidence of Trump just being a run-of-the-mill con artist and not the person that he claims he is. So Trump, our first broke president of the United States, is in the seat of power now. But I think it's hilarious. They were talking all kinds of shit about this man being excellent at business. I can still hear these dumb trolls, these dumb MAGA trolls, man. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. And this is the man going around the world making deals on the behalf of the country. Trump, the first broke president of the United States. Peace, family.